Today is April 10th, 2018, and I just got some fantastic news. Sometime in June, this coming June, I will be heading to China for the second time. Now, this won't come as a surprise to most of you. For anyone who knows me closely, you'll know that I've been to China once before. But I'm going back, and I figured that this time, things are going to go a little bit differently. See, last time I went, I filmed everything on this SD card right here. Part of the problem with that was that this is a fake SD card. See, it says Kingston, but it's not really Kingston. As a matter of fact, it's not even 64 gigs. So I wound up going through my entire trip last time, all 6 weeks, and took almost 3,000 photos on this bad boy. I get on the airplane, and lo and behold, everything's gone, which is upsetting. However, I bought a new card, which is in the camera right now. It's a real one, got it at Best Buy. I figured this time I was going to make sure that I recorded everything. And just in case, for God knows what reason, everything I record gets wiped again, I figured might as well save it somewhere more permanent, like YouTube. So I know it's a couple months out, so we have time, or I have time at least, but I'm starting the planning process now. And the goal is that I'm going to be posting my adventures in China here on YouTube. Currently, I'm filming everything on my Nikon D5100 right there. However, this camera I bought in 2011. Now, age doesn't matter with cameras, not really. You'll read all about how the newest cameras come out. They might have a few improvements here and there, but at the end of the day, if you have a good piece of glass and a good eye for cinematography, you're gonna have a fantastic shot. I've shot fantastic video with this camera right here. So, kind of as a side note, if you're looking to buy a new camera, don't buy a new camera. Buy a refurb, or at the very least, don't buy the newest cutting-edge camera if it's your first one. Matter of fact, if it's your first camera, do not buy a DSLR. Please. You don't need it. Not yet. Unless you know the ins and outs of cameras, it's not something that you necessarily need to get right now. But if you do, and you're ready for it, and you just want to jump right in, then go for it. But I will say, don't waste your money on an overpriced body unless you know exactly that you need that camera body. If you're in my shoes, I'm 19. If you're in my shoes, I would say it will definitely get the job done. Anyway, I don't know if I'll be using this camera. It's possible I may rent a new one, or maybe when I'm in China for a couple days, I will, rent a different sort of camera. But the only reason I would be doing that would be to get slow motion footage. The biggest difference between cameras is going to be your frame rates of video, at least these days, right? My camera here can only go up to roughly 30 frames per second, which isn't great. But if you know much about movies, you'll know that almost every cinematic feature made in the past 100 years has been shot at 24 frames per second. So for me, I like to get a shot that is cinematic. I like to get a shot that gets the message across without putting in too much junk. So for me, shooting at, say, 60 frames per second, 120, is great if you're doing it for a reason. 30 lens. So I personally haven't done that much with slow motion, but I'd like to. That being said, I will be going against my own rule, and I will be renting a camera for a little bit. Maybe a Sony, maybe a Canon. Unfortunately, Canons still do not shoot frame rates above 60 frames per second, at least not DSLRs. So I'll look around. The hardest part of this is actually going to be finding a camera rental shop in the area that I'm in. I won't be in Hong Kong. I won't be in Shenzhen very much. and I'm not really sure on the area yet, but I will be in an area that's a little bit more urban and a lot more manufacturing centered. I'll be getting more into what I'm doing specifically in the future, but for right now, just know that I'm going to China and I'm going to be filming everything. So to all my friends back home in Acton, get ready. you're going to have a lot of China jokes looking forward. And for all of you who just happen to stumble upon this series of videos, thanks for watching. Part of this is mostly so that I don't lose all of my footage again and lose 6 weeks on this damn card. But part of it is I'd like to share my experience in China. See, the last time I went to China, I was a camp counselor for the children of factory workers, which was so rewarding. It was fantastic, and I loved it, and I would recommend it to anybody. But this time, it's different. I'm going to be doing design work, probably, and I don't really know all of the specifics yet, but I'll be getting into that very soon. Anyway, part of me, when I lost all my footage, thought that it would probably be okay, that I'd remember all of my experiences and all my great times, and I would just have these memories forever. I've been running on the philosophy that it's better to live life in person than through a camera. And that's usually true. But what happens in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years from now when I'm a hell of a lot older? You know, a lot of these memories are going to be gone. I will have lost them. That's just how humans work. So for me, I would like to have the ability to have everything documented. So will this be a daily vlog? I don't know. I doubt it. I'm probably going to be fairly busy, but when I'm out looking at the city or the countryside or meeting people, I'd love to have a camera with me, at least to have it forever. Also because I'm going to be going alone, and it would be amazing to share my experience with other people from my home country. And anyone who sticks with this will be able to follow me and what I'm doing and be able to talk to me. A little bit more hush-hush though, YouTube is banned in mainland China, so I'm gonna have to find a workaround to be able to post things, but I'm not too concerned about that. Anyway, it is currently 10:20 p.m. on a Tuesday night. I have a calculus exam tomorrow morning, and I need to study for that. So I'm gonna end this video here. If you want to see more, if you want to follow me this June, hit the subscribe button. So write a comment if you know me, and if you don't know me, I'd love to hear from you. I'm a little new to the whole YouTube scene, or at least being very active, so I'd love to get a subscriber base. And anyway, have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.